What is up, comic book fans, readers, collectors, cover lovers? Everyone is welcome here at Nerdy Geeks Comics, no matter how you collect. Today is Wednesday, March the 4th, 2026. So you know what that means. It is New Comic Book Day. Happy New Comic Book Day. Arguably the best day of the week. Although I have to admit, sometimes, every now and then, FOC Monday can be just as good as New Comic Book Day, because now you know you have that relief. You got your books in, you know what's coming in, that you know what you're going to be pulling, and it's a fantastic feeling that, okay, I'm not going to have to chase anything on New Comic Book Day. But even though we FOC our books, every now and then one book will sneak in that you weren't expecting, and you still got to go chasing. But at least it's just one or two books as opposed to everything. Anyways, this is a fantastic New Comic Book Day. I hope y'all are ready. I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to tell you right now, this is not my stack. This isn't even half of my stack. This is one special book that I picked up this week. I hope y'all listen to me on my FOC whenever I told y'all about it. Let's get to my real stack. All right, let's get right to it, everyone. I have a lot of books to show you, and I want to try and make this video less than 30 minutes. Let's see if I can do it. So we're going to start off with Absolute Superman. This is issue number 17, and this is cover A by Rafa Sandoval. Really great cover. We have the introduction of the Absolute Parasite in this. We saw him at the very last page of the last issue. Now we have Superman fighting him. Really fantastic cover. But I also picked up this cover, which is cover B, which is the Gerald Perel variant. Really nice cover right here. Really great artwork. I love how his parents are in there. And I'm not sure who this is. Is that supposed to be him, or is that someone else? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. But really happy to have these. This is probably going to be, okay, this is going to be the second thing I read, because I already read one book. Okay, next books I have to show you is The Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue number 23, and this is the Lee Bermejo variant. So this is, we have Venom here, we have half of Spidey, and in 2 issues, we're going to have the other half of Spidey and Carnage over here. But Lee Bermejo has been doing amazing jobs, specifically with these Amazing Visions variant. So really great artwork. But which could have been, this next book any other week would have been the cover of the week, except this week, but it's close. Here we have the Ivan Talavera 1 in 50 Amazing Spider-Man number 23. And we have an amazing cover right here of Mary Jane in her Venom symbiote. Looks fantastic. Ivan Talavera, like I've said before, he was my artist of the year last year. And so far this year, he looks like he's going for back-to-back artist of the year. Look how gorgeous Mary Jane looks, looking right at you. Fantastic cover. Hopefully I'm able to pick up a second copy of this, but I'm happy I was at least able to grab one. Okay, up next, I have the Autumn Kingdom issue number 2. This is a series I am not reading. This is completely a cover by, and here I have cover B, and this cover was done by the amazing Ito. If you're still not familiar with Ito, get familiar with him. His watercolor artwork is truly fantastic. He does amazing work. If you're not following him on Instagram, give him a follow. He does sped up videos on his Instagram where he'll show you the beginning to the end of working on one of his colors. It is truly an art form the way he does it. But I also picked up cover D, which was the 1 in 10 Virgin variant of the same one. So really happy to have both these covers in my collection. Really amazing artwork by Ito right here. All right, so next up, I have Batman issue number 7, and this is cover D by Ryan Sook. A really fantastic cover right here. You have the Dark Knight right here facing off with the Joker. Really fantastic cover right here. I can't wait to get into this book and see what this story is going to entail. Next up, I have The Beauty issue number 4. And this is cover B by Emanuela Lupacchino. Really beautiful cover right here, guys. Like this, this is another one I am not reading, but when I saw this cover, it was just gorgeous. I had to pick it up. I made sure to grab it, but what a fantastic cover right here by Emanuela Lupacchino. Up next, I have Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, The Rites of Spring, issue number 6. And this is cover C by Elizabeth Beals, the storybook variant. Of course, we know this. This is an homage to Oh, the Places You'll Go, the Dr. Seuss book that pretty much all of us got as kids. Really fantastic cover right here. I knew when I saw this, my wife was going to go nuts for it, and she was really happy that I did pick this up for her. All right, right here from Boom Studios, I have Briar, Night Terrors. This is issue number 3, and this is cover B by Rebecca Puebla. Really beautiful cover right here. So there was also a 1 in 10 cover C that was a virgin variant of this. Unfortunately, like I said, I have a great local comic shop, but they're not a huge comic shop. I don't live in a huge city. I live in a pretty good sized town, but not in a huge city. So they're not able to pick up even 1 in 10 on some of these smaller ones. So I missed out on it, but I did make sure to pick up this cover. Really beautiful cover right here by Rebecca Puebla. Okay, next up right here, I have a fantastic landscape cover, and this is DC All-In Special number 1, the 3rd printing, and this is a Nick Dragotta cover. And we have a great landscape cover right here. And here on one half, we have the Absolute Universe, and on the other half, we have the regular heroes. Really great cover right here. And up next, we go from the beginning to the end. Here, I have I believe this is the 3rd printing. What printing is this? Yes, the 3rd printing of DCKO number 1. This is done by Javier Fernandez. A really fantastic cover right here. But I also was able to pick up the Ben Oliver cover, which is cover F of issue number 5. Really great cover of Darkseid right here. Really love this cover. And I also picked up this variant, which is the 2nd printing of number 1. And this was done by Godtail. So when you see the cover of this next book, if it makes you want to start singing, then you grew up probably around the same time as me. Here we have DC Villains. This is issue number 1. This is cover A of Gaston. And this cover was done by Leslie Lyrics Lee. Really great cover of Gaston right here. I'm pretty sure that song is going through your head. Really awesome cover. Up next, I hope you listened to me if you watched my FOC video when I put this up on FOC, because this already sold out before it ever came here from the distributor. So you're gonna have to go hunting for it today if you haven't picked it up already. But here we have the 2nd printing of Dork, and this is the cover by Brett Bean. A really fantastic cover. This is just a fantastic cover of Dork. You see the dichotomy that if you read issue 1, you know what this is about. But a really great cover, and I did pick up 3 copies of this. Up next, I have Godzilla issue number 8, and this is the main cover by Hendry Prasetya. Hopefully I'm saying that right. A really fantastic cover. I still am enjoying this, not as much as I was before, but I still am. But again, I'm not caught up. I want to say I'm on issue 5 maybe, and only need 3 more to catch up. But the covers on this have been amazing. I also picked up cover B, and this one was done by Jonathan Uribe. Really great cover right here. But this cover is truly amazing. This is the 1 in 15 by Louis de Martinez. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And this is Godzilla Raids Again, the poster homage. Really fantastic cover right here, guys. I love these movie homages that they've been putting out. I'm trying to pick up all of them. Really fantastic. Okay, next up, I have Hello Darkness, issue number 19. And this is cover A by Rebecca Puebla. Really fantastic cover. She's been doing a lot of these cover A's for Hello Darkness lately. And a really grotesque cover right there. I love it. I love Hello Darkness. They've had some amazing covers, a lot like this one, which is cover B, the Jenny Frison variant. Really great cover right here. Again, by Jenny Frison. We know she does amazing artwork. Here we have a swimmer, and looks like she's been trying to drag under by maybe those who have been drugged under or drowned in the past. And I also picked up this cover, which is cover C, the Riley Rossmo variant. A really great cover right here. I don't know, is that spirits attacking her? Are those spirits that are attached to her? Are those the spirits of what she may have just slayed? I don't know. Really great cover. And the last cover that I have for this series, this is the Miguel Mercado cover. Really fantastic cover right here. I love the homage to, the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League. Really fantastic cover. But if you look at the crowd, they're all skeletons in the crowd. You see that? Really fantastic cover right here. Okay, up next, we have a fantastic homage right here, or a reprint, if you will, facsimile. Here we have Spider-Man meets Invincible. This is the Team Up edition, issue number 14. This is cover D by Todd McFarlane. And I want to say I picked this up because of Invincible. However, seeing Todd do Spider-Man again was really fantastic. Spider-Man always looks great. His webbings always look fantastic when Todd does it. So really fantastic cover. I'm really happy I grabbed this. If they end up doing a 1 in 25 Virgin variant, I'm definitely going to try and pick this up. But a fantastic cover by Todd McFarlane. Okay, so this next book, I don't think there's any introduction that needs to be put into this book. This is obviously the hottest book of the week, arguably the hottest book of the last 2 weeks, because it's been on pre-sale on eBay and whatnot all this time. And this book has been going for some crazy numbers before release came out. If you watched my FOC, I talked about this book and all its variants. So I hope you took that little hint, or took that advice and you went and got yourself a copy. Because if you didn't, good luck. Here I have Nectar, issue number 1. This cover was done by Chris Sheehan. A really fantastic cover. Beautiful cover right here. You got the full moon, you got the butterfly, you have the other butterflies, you have the human tongue there, as we know that they do love the taste of human blood. That is their nectar. And I did read this, and I'm gonna say I did enjoy this story. I actually liked it. It was a pretty quick read. It takes place in 1837, so it is, it's taking place a while back, but the story gets right into it. There are some pages where there's just a few little word balloons in there. A lot of it has to do with the art. Now, it's not like Ripcord, where there was like 8 to 10 pages of nothing but artwork. This one did have more, dialogue than that, but it was a really great story. I'm looking forward to finishing off this story or getting more into it. It ended really well, and I did pre-order this, and I did pre-order 8 copies of issue number 1. So really happy I did, because it turns out that a lot of people are scrambling to get their hands on a copy of this book. I have 8, really happy about that. Next up, sticking with Nectar, here I have cover I, which is the Jeremy Robinson foil variant. A really great foil right here. Let's see if I can get y'all as good of a shot as I can. There you go. You can see my fan right there. Really great cover. It looks even better in hand, but fantastic cover, foil cover by Jeremy Robinson. And of course, I picked up 5 of these. Okay, so next up, still sticking with Nectar, I did pick up the cover G, which is the Suspiria black bag variant. So these all came in a black bag, covered up on the front like this, covered up in the back like this, and let me show you. That's what it says on the front. So that's why it's covered up. There's some of your artwork right there, right there. I'll just show you the whole thing. I censored it for you, but there you go. That's the artwork that you can expect of it. Of course, I did censor it, but I did pick up 8 copies of this one. But unfortunately, all you see right here are 6 because 2 of them came damaged. So as you can see, as soon as I was taking these out of the poly bag, you have the damage right there on the front, on the bottom of the front, and then there's damage back here in the back. Now, yes, this did go all the way through the book. Let's see, can you see? Yeah, there you go. You see that right there? Got crunched up really bad right there. And it also got crunched up. See if I can do this one. Right there, see that? Right here. And on the back, even worse, even worse. So you see those, you see the crunch right there, up here, all right here, the stress marks. Yeah, this got torn up. I don't know what happened with this, but I'm gonna guess this has to do with something from shipping, because I got 2 copies that are the exact same defects. I mean, see that? And that. Looking at the front, you got the same type of stuff. Same thing at the bottom. Same thing at the bottom. So yeah, I already messaged my LCS asking them to see if they can get some replacements sent out. I want to be one of the first ones to do it, because if this ends up being something common with this book, then everybody's gonna be putting in for replacements. So check yours. Don't just leave it in the black bag. I always tell you, take your books out of the poly bag, because you never know if they end up like this. And then by the time you open it, or if you're a seller and you sell it to somebody, they're gonna see this. They're not gonna like it. So always check your books in the poly bags. Don't just trust that they're gonna come in perfect. And besides, even with these protectors, they're still gonna come in with those creases from the poly bag on the back of the front. So always take your books out of the poly bag. So unfortunately, this is how 2 of my books came out, but I trust that my LCS will be able to pick up those replacement copies for me. Okay, it's time for the Nectar ratios. So unfortunately, as I told you, my LCS is a smaller LCS. It is not one of the big, huge shops that has 200-300 people in the pull boxes. Mine maybe has about 120-ish, somewhere around there. And whenever I pre-ordered this, they told me I was the only person to pre-order this book on FOC. No one else did. They came in a week or 2 weeks before trying to see if they can pull some of the ratios. And unfortunately, since I was the only one, they didn't qualify for the 1 in 30, the 1 in 40, or the 1 in 50. And unfortunately, only cover A counted towards the ratios. So you saw how many of the foil I got and how many of the Suspiria cover I got. Those did not count towards their ratios. It was only cover A. If I would have known that, I would have ordered more cover A's, but unfortunately, it's what happened. So I only was able to grab the 1 in 10 cover, and this cover was done by Jonathan Wayshak. Really great cover right here. And fortunately, I did order 2 copies, so I do have 2 copies of this. And I was also able to get the 1 in 20 variant by Mon House. A really great cover right here. And again, unfortunately, I didn't get the other 3. Really sad. And those things are going for crazy money. Like last thing I saw, I want to say the 1 in 50 was going for like 240, something like that. Like actually sale price, not asking. So unfortunately, I missed out on those. If you were lucky enough to grab one, congratulations. You just bought yourself a gold mine. Not a gold mine, but you know what I mean. You did good if you're going to flip it. But if you're keeping them, fantastic book to have in your collection. I'm happy with what I got. I wish I could have gotten the other ones, but alas, this is all I was able to get. Still happy about it. Still kind of bitter though. Okay, so moving away from Nectar, here I have Poison Ivy, issue number 42. This is cover A by Jessica Fong. And here we have Ivy, who apparently is going to run for mayor. Really nice cover right here. Jessica Fong did a fantastic job on this, but I was also able to pick up cover B, the Eom cover. And Eom, ever since he started doing Poison Ivy, his covers have been fantastic. He loves to make her very beefy. Evidently, she likes to work out because he always makes her as ripped as possible. Really great cover by Eom right here. Okay, you remember that artist I told you to watch out for? Want to say his name was Ito? I literally told you about him early in the video. Here, I have Power Rangers Prime. This is issue number 15, and this is cover F by Ito. Really fantastic cover by Ito right here. Again, I just love the watercolor artwork he does. And I want to say there was a 1 in 50, but again, my LCS didn't qualify for that. So just know if you're out there on New Comic Book Day, there is a 1 in 50 of this, which is a variant of this. So if you can find it, pick it up, because his ratios, especially on some of the smaller indie books, tend to keep their value. Up next, I have Rick and Morty, The End, issue number 4. This is cover A by Rick Barton, and this looks like an homage to Hannibal Lecter from Silence of the Lambs, except his face isn't covered up. Really great cover here of Rick and Morty, The End. Speaking of the end, we're getting near the end. I got 3 more books to show you. Here we have Star Wars, Shadow of Maul. This is issue number 1. And this cover was done by Dan Panosian. And this is actually a fantastic cover by Dan Panosian. I really love this artwork. There is a 1 in 100 Virgin variant. Again, a cover I was not able to pick up. So just so you know, there's a 1 in 100 Virgin variant of this. I don't know if it's going to keep its value. You know, I don't know. Darth Maul, he tends to go up and down on his popularity. It's a beautiful cover. Dan Panosian is a popular artist, but I don't know if I would spend 1 in 100 ratio money for it. If I can get it for maybe 70 or so, I would definitely think about picking it up, but I wouldn't pay, you know, 1 in 100 ratio, or definitely I wouldn't pay over ratio. But you never know what gets hot. Here we have Wolverine, issue number 17, a really fantastic cover by Puppeteer Lee right here. I love this cover. We have Wolverine in his yellow and brown costume. When I was younger, I didn't like this because I was used to seeing him in the yellow and blue from the X-Men animated series. But the more and more I see him in this costume, it looks really fantastic. And for the few seconds we saw it in Deadpool and Wolverine, it looked amazing. If they had gone with that costume the whole way, I would have been fine with it. But still, really great cover right here by Puppeteer Lee. And my last book. Here I have X-Men, issue number 26. And this cover was done by Derek Chu. And Derek Chu did a fantastic cover of Cyclops right here. I know there's a lot of Cyclops haters out there. I am a fan of Cyclops. I feel like he never gets his due. Although in X-Men 97, they really gave him and Rogue their due. I love the way they portrayed him in that. I loved how he was able to use his optic blast in that. Really fantastic. Really happy I picked this up. I wish I could have gotten the 1 in 50 Virgin variant, but this is the one I ended up getting. And guys, that is my last book. I appreciate y'all watching. Please hit the like button, click the bell for notifications, subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. and let me know, were you able to pick up your open order covers of Nectar? I'm curious to see how well this was sold, because a lot of people didn't pre-order it according to my LCS. And a lot of the other LCSs around me, when I checked up online, a lot of them didn't have it to claim or anything like that. So I don't know how many books are on there. I said there's a possibility that this could have been a ghost book. So far, maybe it is. I don't know if the sale prices are going to continue, but the covers are fantastic. And the artwork inside was pretty good too. It wasn't amazing, but it was good artwork for the story. And I enjoyed the story. So hopefully we got, everything here. We have fantastic covers. We have great artwork inside. It was a good read. It was an interesting story. Hopefully it, sticks it all the way to the end. And we have another fantastic collectible series right here. So again, let me know. Drop me a comment. Hey, I heard, I watched your FOC. I did pick up a few copies. So, really happy that you were able to grab some. If you didn't, I'm sorry, but issue number 2 is coming up on FOC soon. I will make sure to put that on my FOC, so you'll see it probably the Friday before the FOC. So watch my channel. I will let you know, so that way you make sure not to miss any books like this. But as always, I appreciate all of you for watching. I appreciate all the likes, the comments, and the subs, and I'll see y'all next time.